All right. Got Spencer Rattler, Sweetie Bo. See if he can pass the test. If not, sit his ass down. Plain and simple. Twist up. We gonna get at it.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Hello, everybody. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, let's dive right in. What are you looking forward to in this one?
Yeah, just about everything, Kate, but these are two such evenly matched teams. You and I know there's going to be 2, 3, 4 plays in this game that will likely define the outcome. That is the beauty of the NFL each and every weekend. Each and every Thursday and Sunday and Monday night, they come down to a couple plays. Who will they be? What will they be? When will they be? Tune in and watch.
Enough build up. The ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And it's away in Madden Ultimate Team. Returns looking good so far. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback, you sure appreciate a run back like that to begin a ball game. It makes your life a lot easier, and they're going to be set up with really good field position to get things going.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Offense in the hurry up here. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all
can't be doing none of that.
Score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready. Quick, yellow. Set.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Throwing now from the gun. Gets his tight end on the corner route. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Rattler back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Ready?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, he credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here we go, set. Zone ready.
Rattler. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought it stalled out is going to carry on.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's go now. Right, right. Ready?
Here's Rattler. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. And we will not get it. We're back for the start of the 2nd. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. Motioning the tight end now. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Throwing from the gun. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Rattler setting the throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
I call that scripting for success right there. You can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
And he does not tie this game. His extra points off. They remain down by 1. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, Collins brings it in. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation.
To the corner of the end zone, but incomplete. Oh, he made the catch, but didn't get down in bounds. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll throw it. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
The pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up. And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. Offense up to the line fast. 4th down, they'll throw for it. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Coach's challenge to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Now Rattler. Kamara's got it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Patrick Peterson. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
McBride hauls it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. We send a man in motion. 3rd and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. That's caught for the 1st. Touchdown! All right, so this solid 1st half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Sure.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead to 8. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. From his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
52. Down. Hey, draw steal.
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
2nd and 13. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Raiders will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. He sends this one to the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Working quickly here. 1st down from the red zone. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. So now after being backed up just a bit, another 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that's sure.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. Nico Collins with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders lead by 15 now. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
2nd and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here's the snap on 4th. Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's Julian Blackman. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Rookie quarterback Brock threw it away their last drive. It seemed like he might have been trying to do too much to make up for that mistake, and instead things snowball.
Nope. That didn't work out.
This is the Madden Championship Series, brought to you by USAA, an official salute-to-service partner of Madden and the NFL. USAA, proud to serve the military and their families. And we join you from USAA Stadium. So good to have you on board with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here. Greg, you look at the marquee, and it's a lot of offensive stars here. I'm looking at the other side. Defenses better show up here if you want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, I think the burden, of course, lies on the players, particularly the players in the secondaries of both of these teams. They're going to have moments where they've got to win one-on-one, as you said, against some of the top offensive skill players in the league. But I also feel like there's a lot on the shoulders of this defensive coordinator. Can you change up coverages, change up looks, make it difficult pre- and post-snap? Not only on these wide receivers and skill players, but also on the guy with the ball in his hand, calling the shots, playing quarterback.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. Right to the air from the 30 on the first play. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they're on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Plays going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started. From the gun, it's Allen. Throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Allen. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. An incredible play there on fourth down in their own territory. 36 yards. Throwing again, it's Allen. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Saints have got it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback extending that play. It loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to be brought down. Here's 2nd and 9. On the give, this is Kamara. Now a loose football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Slot man in motion left. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Throwing right, it's taken in. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down. A give up the middle with Kamara. Yards are hard to come by there. They'll work it down to the 37-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to look for the home run ball.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. That is intercepted. And this defense will take over following the turnover.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 2. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Throw, left side, complete to Pearsall. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. They'll turn and hand this one off. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Allen to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This will be from 56 yards away. Aubrey's kick is good. And his guys will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it! And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. CeeDee Lamb there to return it. Oh, no. That is not going to work out at all. That will be a safety. File that under head scratcher. Really hard to understand what was going on there. But we do know what's going on the board. 2 points for the defense.
At some point, Mike, you just have to figure out, when is the party over? I mean, just go down, live to play another snap. But in this case, he just kept going back and back and back. And as you said, the defense now gets to come off the field, scoring 2 points.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Back to the air once more on second down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. That is going to be called in. He's got it for the touchdown. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
Valdez-Scantling on the move. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He's going to air this one out. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend. But as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down. From the gun, Josh Allen. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. That is caught. What a throw. Has a touchdown. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half. The extra point by Aubrey is good. And his guys are going to open up the lead to 8. 7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Back to throw. Again, working deep downfield. And he will be out of of bounds. No time left on the clock. And that is the final action here in this first half. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. 2nd and 7. Up the middle they go. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle. 3rd and 5. Throwing is Allen. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Aubrey, good with the extra point. And his guys will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. It's a give now to Kamara. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. That is Nnamdi Madubuike there to bring him down. 3rd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And he is going to have the Saints first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. They send the tight end in motion. He'll look to throw. Got his man. That's Graham.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Going for it all. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, New Orleans. Groupie able to add the extra point. The Saints are back within one score. It is an 8-point game. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. CD on the return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Here's Allen. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. A gain there of 27 yards. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Play action. It's Allen. He will air this out, looking for Sutton. And the Saints are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Tight end going in motion here. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Second and 6 coming up. Putting the tight end in motion. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 2nd down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's out of bounds with the 1st down. So they get a new set of downs, and just as importantly, stop the clock.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Taking off. He'll get a dozen out of that run, scrambling his way to a first down.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
To the air now on first and 10. The right side to Olave. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway. And he's taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Throwing now on third and long. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And his defense will take over here following the interception.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
His drive will start on the ground. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll stick with him again. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He's got his man complete to Pearsall. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So the handshake's down on the field following a good win here. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and are going to send their fans home quite happy. That'll do it for us. For my partner, Greg Olson, our entire team, Mike Tirico, this has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out on X at EA Sports_Money. Good night, everybody.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. First carry for Najee Harris. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Herbert. That swung out wide to Harris. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing now is Breeze. He completes it to Olave. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Olave, 26 yards. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Groupie able to add the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
In motion right comes Allen. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 5. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Buying time to his left. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Allen's first catch. Good for a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. In motion is the tight end Graham. To throw, it's Breeze. This to Graham on the short pass. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. From the gun, it's Breeze. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Breeze now to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. In motion is the tight end Gates. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got his man, Gates. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 4th down, Herbert. And Allen's got it. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To the air again, Herbert. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Harris is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Najee Harris in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Now Breeze. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
To throw is Breeze. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Here's 3rd and 6. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Breeze to throw for it on fourth. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flush to his right. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Now a give, running left is Harris. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Brian Brzee, the man to bring him down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Oh, he's got Hester complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 1st and goal. On the give, this is Harris. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They run again with Harris. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. Here it is, 4th and goal. Oh, look at this play call. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Devin Hester, a 3-yard touchdown run.
Bruh.
The Chargers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point try now from Dicker. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. Pass complete, Graham. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Now Breeze. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Cromartie. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game.
Antonio Cromartie is no different than the rest of us. He dreams of making the big play at the end of the game and sealing a victory for his team.
Well, the difference is here, you used to do it. He just did it and has done it before. I've never done it.
I didn't do it either, but I dreamed the same way. Congratulations to him. He just finished that game off with an interception.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle in the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They hand this off to Harris. And they'll get him down at about the 37. Well short of the 1st.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this
For
game.
what? Come on.
They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, excited for this one. Partner, what are we looking at here as this game gets rolling?
Well, I think this game is quite interesting in the fact, Mike, that I feel like before every week's matchup, we sit up here and we talk about quarterbacks and the passing game. And obviously, that is the direction the NFL has been headed for the last couple years. But in this matchup here today specifically, I think both these offenses want to flip that on its head. They want to control the clock, time management, ball control. Don't be afraid to punt the ball away and play defense. It's a little bit of an old school philosophy, but you have to do whatever it takes to win each matchup. And I think both of those formulas of these two teams are very similar.
Right to the air is Richardson. He gets this into the hands of Green. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. A big play right out of the gate on the first play. 39 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. And the Saints are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
First carry now for Alvin Kamara. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
He'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 45. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. Down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 37 yards. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Touchdown, Saints. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, we're getting set for kickoff in here. Partner, I'm really focused on the start of this game. Both teams emphasize what happens here right at the jump.
And that's why that so many of these teams spend so much time all week, Mike, on what they call their opening script. It's not just a series of plays that they like and they just kind of throw darts at the wall. It's how do you unmask the defense? How do you set up future plays and future possessions as the game unfolds? So much time and energy is spent on these first couple drives. I'm with you. I'm excited to see how do they come out, how aggressive, and where do they think the weaknesses of their opponent lie.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup. Fresh set of downs.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Right back to him on 1st down. Into the secondary again. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast about it.
Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. Oh, what a mess here. It is intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6.
So this is one of those times where if you're able to catch the defense napping, sneak somebody in behind them, it's a great play. But instead, you run this, they aren't fooled, everybody's manned up, and it's a disaster. Not sure really what tipped the defense off that it was coming, but some incredible anticipation to stop this fake.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. But they've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
It's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And that's going to bounce out of bounds, giving them a short field to work with here. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? More from New Orleans after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Now a run on first down. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They motion the slot man left. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Let's make no mistake about it, Mike. I mean, this passing game, it just has not been very efficient here in the first half. I mean, they've produced more yards on the ground than through the air, and incompletions like that certainly aren't going to help.
A run here with Kamara. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll get this out to his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Off the play fake, Hurts. That's caught downfield by McBride. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Man in motion, heading left. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. A try here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. To return is Ricky Pearsall. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Valdez-Scantling on the move. Back to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. He'll tuck it and take off.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
is good. And the Chiefs going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Pearsall going to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. First and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Now, faking the give. Back to the sideline and intercepted. That's the safety, Buda Baker.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, and they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is. Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball, get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, and this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
On the toss, they'll run. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Third and long. Fake the give. Now it's Hurts. This will be intercepted by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll run it on the inside handoff. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far.
Yeah.
But that one gives him a 1st down. A give up the middle with Kamara. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. This throw right side is caught by Hill. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. This is Madden Ultimate Team. Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back.
Suggest that.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter, and they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field. When you were a player, what are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple of decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Setting up a throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and now they're staring at 4th and long. The Jaguars in a punt formation, and he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be 3rd and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. He puts some juice on it deep, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. He's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that 1st down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort.
And the Jaguars sending out the field goal unit. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. One of the league's elder statesmen knocks it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Kamara running out of the gun. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. Managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
2nd and 4. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are thrown into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd down from the gun. That's complete to Kamara. And he eats a huge hit as he tries for the marker. Almost nothing after the catch that time, Brock. It's going to be 4th down.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Here's the snap on 4th. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints with 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Tight end going in motion here. It's Kamara on 3rd down. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Cut near the goal line. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Get it together. Get to it, baby.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has it in close. And this one doesn't go far. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. He's going to field this at the 2. And he won't get to the 20. Out of bounds just before and around the 18-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Here's a give up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 48. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Third and short here, trying to pass. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That swatted away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. He's back to throw. Oh, it's the screen. Pass complete. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead.
At that down and distance, this group is pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they try to power right forward, but only a couple of yards there. Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 8. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage of this particular series. He gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
19, out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Punches it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars grow the lead coming out of halftime. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game. Ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it to start this drive. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Running behind center with Kamara. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw now. Completes this one to Hill. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Throwing now on first down. Kamara's got it. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks. He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that one's picked off in the end zone, but no, incomplete, folks. He wasn't able to stay in bounds. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Jaguar first down. Dropping back to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Jaguars with a 10-point advantage. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
To the air, 3rd and long. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. They're throwing it. That's caught by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
That's good for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Pass play coming here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Cooper to Jean in to pick it up. And the Jaguars get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie. That's what that whole...
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little drawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game. Any edge that you can create, but now, well, now it's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And this run gets across the 20 to about the 21. Offense up to the line fast. Daniels throwing on 3rd. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be a first down. Able to find Jones. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 37. Chased out to his right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Saints are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Caught out left. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here he is on 3rd and long.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. On the return, here's Jones. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Jones reels it in. Has room down the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
Flushed out of the pocket. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They need the right call here. It'll be 3rd and goal. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Game's kick is good, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A run now with Kamara. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 34. Complete out to the right side. And he stopped cold at the spot. He paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now Kamara. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 43. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Throw on 3rd down. That's him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
Another try following the sack. Got his target. It's Hill.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Kamara is across the line for the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
And when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Grouping adds the extra point. And the Saints drive their lead to 11. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We have a timeout here, second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Daniels from the pistol. Headed out right. He's got it. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Spiller will not be denied. Touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. They motion the tight end over. Throwing it to start this drive. On target to Valdez-Scantling. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fields the hard squib kick. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Run here with Kamara. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He's going to throw this one. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. Working quickly here. Third and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU. Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Third and short, Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And 4th and 4 coming up. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Back to throw it. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys grab the lead on their first series of the half. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Returnable from the 2. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Kamara. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Another run for Kamara. A lot of grass ahead. Past the 35. 20. 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead as Todd runs out here in the 3rd. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. On the return, here's Jones. And look at this return. And a great opportunity for this offense. He's out of bounds all the way up at the 40-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the set. He fires one deep. Big gain downfield. The 30. He's at the 10. He makes it in for the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
From the gun, they go with Spiller. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Third and 4 coming up now. Looking to throw. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
It's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw. Buying some time left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Up the middle, Spiller. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. These guys only up by a few. Offense to the line for 2nd down. He'll try left side out of the option. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch. So after that make, a field goal won't cost him a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Kickoff taken at the 3. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Cade. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. This one's taken in by Hill. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Setting up to pass. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Here he is to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Desperation time here on 4th. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They give to Spiller from the gun. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses.
Come on, just block it, man. Don't let him score, boys. Bloqueenlos, bloqueenlos. Get your hands up.